Hey guys, we're here today recording a video with probably one of the most interesting teams I've seen all series. This is going to be, of course, it always ends up being the Iron Treads videos that have the interesting comps, but this one's quite literally the next like Luminion comp, in my opinion. Not as extreme for what it's worth, but it's got a lot of fun mons. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, like and subscribe and answer the comment question of the day. What is your least favorite Ruin Pokemon to use in competitive? Doesn't have to be designed, just your least favorite to use in competitive. I think that my least favorite to use probably would be Iron Treads, but I'd be lying if I said this team wasn't pretty fire. And it's one of those things where we gotta try it once a season, guys. If we're gonna really say it is the worst Ruin Mon, I need to put my money where my mouth is. But this team, if nothing else, I think it does a good showcase at showing what Iron Treads can actually do for someone if they wanted to use it. And I've been messing around with this. It's actually a pretty good team. So credit where due. Whoever came up with this, and again, I'll link their thing down below. It is unironically like a not bad team. Indeed, female Oranguru, Torkoal, Garganacl, Iron Hands, Azumarill. Okay, so I have like 18 seconds to choose a lead. Oh my god, I really fucked up. We're gonna lead off with Chiu and Braviary. We're gonna bring Fluttermane in the back for sure. And I think that my last mon is probably gonna be I kind of want to bring. I think I'm gonna bring Treads, just because Treads is really good offensively, and if I could stop the Trick Room from going up, that should be pretty good. A little bit of an issue with the Oranguru here, but otherwise, it's not too bad. Really just because Oranguru enables Trick Room, which is just really well in this comp. I will say that, obviously, I do have priority with stuff like a Tauros, for example, but at the same time, though, there is a bit of an issue with the Trick Room matchup anyway, because Torkoal is just that good, and Tauros priority, sadly, is not anything like Dragonites. But good luck and fun. This might be just an unfortunate game one. Oh, thank God. Okay, they did not lead off with the Iron Hands. That makes it so much easier, actually, on lead. Because what I can proceed to do now is I can go for a Dark Pulse straight into this. I might actually just go for Terra Grass. Terra Grass would help a bit with getting off Terra Blast in the following turn. I do still need to kill the Oranguru, though. And then I think I'm going to go for a Brave Bird. On the following turn, I can go for Terra Blast into Ozzy and be fine anyway. But I do need to make sure I can live until then. And I know I have my Focus Sash on Chiu. By the way, we are Focus Sash. I'm not going to be a builder. I couldn't find the paste for this, but I do have at least the rental code for everyone down below. But because of the fact that that we are Focus Sash Chiu, I know I can take a single hit. But I'm pretty sure they're just going to go for Aqua Jet and try and just Oko me. And with Terra Grass, I would like to think I could take two. I'll be honest, I don't know the calc well, but I'm going to assume I can take two. Because I know that Chiu is surprisingly bulky. Yeah, look at that. That might not have even actually broken sub anyway. Well, thankfully, we are going to be able to take out the Oranguru here, which is huge, actually. That is game-changing for us. Because I genuinely did not think that we would get this opportunity, but because of the fact that they led off so poorly, assuming that they do not go into Indeedee this turn, I can actually just go for Terra Blast into the Azumarill this turn, and then proceed to go for probably a Tailwind, if I had to pick. If Torkoal comes out, I might just need to raw attack it, and that might just become the new mon of my eye. Garganacl comes in. Okay, yeah, so I don't need to respect this one. I can just proceed to go for a Terra Blast into the Azu, and then I can go for a Tailwind. Actually, I don't need Tailwind. I just realized they don't have Fluttermane. Their fastest mon is unironically probably the Indeedee female, so I don't actually need Tailwind. I just outpace them anyway. I think I'm just gonna dual target the Azu in the off chance that it's Assault Vest, because I don't really need to click a specific move for Garganacl here. My goal is to kill the Azu, and I think that Terra Blast just will do that anyway. Yep. Okay. Perfect. So I'm curious. I feel like that might have been an Assault Vest Azu. Like, genuinely, the damage was pretty low. And I would assume that even with the Terra Grass, that does a little more. But I'll take it either way. We've now taken out their whole lead with just these two alone. Braviary, of course, is pretty bulky. And thanks to the Citrus Berry, we'll be able to get back up pretty healthy as well. So, Braviary is actually going to already be doing some good work. I'm curious about what their last mon is. I would assume it's Torkoal. If they didn't lead off with Iron Hands, I feel like Torkoal has to be in the back. Yep, okay, so it is Torkoal at least. Alright. Glad my sanity is not entirely gone. I'm gonna proceed to just go for Dark Pulse plus the Brave Bird here. Now, I think that Torkoal might actually take this hit, which is fine if they do. Oh, they just cancel the battle. Okay, well, pretty easy game number one. We'll see you guys in game number two. If they keep going this quick, honestly, we might be able to get in like 5 games today. But Braviary at least doing its due diligence at showing why it belongs on the team. We'll see you guys in the next match, though. Peace out, guys. Moving on to game number two, we're taking on a team consisting of Chiu, Iron, Jugulus, Fluttermane, Annihilate, Mousehold, and Great Tusk. Okay, So this one might actually be a genuinely good Iron Treads lead here. So I do need to be careful of specifically of the Jugulus. Now, I'm pretty sure that, if I remember correctly, Iron Treads just barely outpaces Jugulus. No, it just barely gets outpaced by Jugulus. I forgot the way that was ordered, but okay, unfortunate. That means that we can't just lead off, because it could have been like a booster set with Rock Slide. I think that it might still be my best lead anyway. I'm definitely gonna lead off with Valiant. I think if Valiant's actually an amazing lead here. It's probably gonna be like our Mouse Ape lead. And Valiant, if nothing else, can be a pretty decent way to at least get some good damage off. And I can go for Debon and at least try and bait the Ape as well, if I need to. I kind of do like the idea of going with Treads on lead as well. I might just go with Braviary and at least keep up momentum. I can probably take a hit, to be completely honest. I'm going to go with Treads in the back, and I think I'm going to go with Last Mon. Probably Last Mon Chiyu. I feel like it's decent. Yeah, I like this, actually. This should be good. I'm not huge on Taurus this game. While it is a great check to Great Tusk, I don't want to get in a position where Mouse Ape is kind of fucking me over on lead, and I need to then intimidate the Annihilate and then let it kill me. I would rather not let that situation happen. And I wouldn't say it's impossible, at least, for it to, so I would rather just avoid it entirely. Jugulus Annihilate. Okay. This might be one of the better opportunities on lead I have, especially if that's not a booster Jugulus. I'm assuming it is, though. Yep, they are booster energy. Are they speed or special attack? They are speed. Okay, I figured just had to make sure. Okay. So I do have an interesting play I can make here. Technically speaking, well, for one, actually, I'm just going to go for Protect this turn, and then I'm going to go for Tailwind. I'm going to assume that Annihilate will probably click Bulk Up or Protect here, and then Jugulus will probably click Tailwind this turn, which I'm fine with that, because my opponent most likely will not take me out. I can then play better around the Jugulus or Annihilate, whatever one ends up being the Terramon. It is Annihilate. Okay, that's fine. As long as it doesn't click Bulk Up here, I could probably just go for like a Brave Bird plus a... Lots of things. So I can't actually get a speed read off here, which means that this might be not a great turn. Okay. Well, our Protect goes off either way. That's perfectly fine. My opponent is probably... Yep, they're going to go for Tailwind here. Again, perfectly fine. Okay. And, yep, they do go for Bulk Up. Okay. This is also perfectly fine. Alright, so at the very least, we got a free turn to get up our Tailwind. So I will definitely take that. Now, I am kind of curious about what... So what I think I want to do... I think I kind of want to go for Destiny Pond and trade my Valiant. And then I'm going to go for a Brave Bird into the Jugulus here. I assume that they're probably going to target the Valiant in town, which I'm fine with that. Jugulus will definitely not kill with Air Slash. I feel like there's no way that it does. And then meanwhile, if they're targeting Braviary, I'm fine with that, because we still have our Citrus intact, and there's no way in hell that Annihilate kills with +1 with anything, because Braviary is surprisingly bulky. And then meanwhile, Braviary can definitely kill the Jugulus. It's not exactly that bulky of a Pokemon. Oh, okay, well, never mind. I guess they do just take us out. I didn't feel comfortable burning a Terra there anyway, so I still stand by the play. We do know now that Annihilate obviously does outpace us. It does about half. It shouldn't kill us after the next hit, though, which I'm still okay with that. That should work out pretty well for us. Yeah, this should be fine. I can probably KO the Jugulus here, or at least come pretty close to it. Oh, wow. Holy shit, that took a lot. That took a lot less than I thought. We're going to proceed to bring in our Treads here. The Treads should be able to go for just a pretty free Rock Slide this turn. And I think I'm going to go for the Terra Fire on Treads. Treads with Terra Fire can be a decent option, actually, against my opponent's team. They would have to essentially go for a Rage Fist into my slot for this actually matter, which I don't think they will. I could also go for Earthquake, but I would truthfully rather just go for Rock Slide, because the Rock Slide will hit both these Pokemon, and I could probably just take out Jugulus. I'll target it in the off chance that I need to go for another attack into it, but I'm going to guess that my opponent will probably end up just losing their Treads here, their Jugulus anyway, which I'm perfectly fine with that. Booster Speed doesn't help a ton here, but if nothing else, it's good when Jugulus dies. Thankfully, though, that will actually be helpful against Fluttermane, for example. So I'm just going to hope... Okay, so we don't take it off. Thankfully, though, our Braviary can definitely do that, so I'm more than okay with that. We dual flinch. Perfect. Okay. So that's also really good. On the following turn, I am probably just going to click Earthquake, because my Braviary obviously is immune to that. Meanwhile, the Annihilate will probably be in range of that at the very least at this point. So that works out really well for me. The Annihilate is leftovers. Ooh, never mind. Actually, that took way less than I thought. Okay. I'm trying to think. So Earthquake definitely will not kill. Earthquake probably won't even do a KO, to be honest. I'll probably need to Earthquake, Brave Bird, and Earthquake to kill that. And they can just Rage Fist me meanwhile. Not that great. Great Tusk comes in. Okay. So I definitely do need to Brave Bird this mon. Because Great Tusk is actually kind of a threat. What I'll do here, I'm going to go for a Protect. And I think I'm going to go... Nope. How do I want to play this? Because I die to Earthquake. I die immediately to Earthquake. I mean, unironically, my best play might just be to go for another Rockside Flinch. Yeah, I think that might be my best play. Because if I go for another Rockside Flinch, I need to flinch the Tusk is the greater issue. I do still need this mon around, though. I think I'm going to go for the Rockside Flinch. No, yeah, I kind of have to go for the Rockside Flinch. And I need to kill the Tusk with Brave Bird, which I don't think happens anyway. But I do need to flinch at least the Tusk. I don't really care about flinching Annihilate, to be honest. I just need to flinch the Tusk. Tusk flinched. Okay, that's good. And then Annihilate flinch. I'm so sorry for the Annihilate one. I don't think that one really changes my game plan, though, because I just needed this turn. Because now I can go for an Earthquake, and that will actually kill the Tusk, which is huge. That's the one that I mostly cared about there. Definitely a little bit lucky for sure. Well, not a little bit. It's definitely more than a little bit lucky, to be completely honest. Opposing Tailwind fit it out. That's fine. I don't really care. I'll go for an Earthquake, and then I'm actually going to go for another Tailwind in case if I do end up taking this hit. I assume that they'll probably try and kill my Tusk at this point. I feel like my Tusk is the thing that they need to start respecting more because of how much impact it's been putting on this game. Which is great because it gives me a free turn with Braviary to just go for a Tailwind, and that'll set up my Chi a lot more in the late game. They're going to go for a Protect. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Because the Earthquake will definitely kill Tusk. It's not a resisted hit, and unlike the Rock Slide, it's also a stab for me. So this will definitely kill the Tusk. I'm looking at how little Rock Slide did. Perfect. Okay. So Great Tusk is gone. The crit there definitely did not matter. I will give my opponent the fact that the flinch sucked. The crit did not matter at all, though. And this Tailwind will now put me in a whole nother ballpark as far as attacking. Because I can actually probably kill the Ape now, which is huge. So I just need to go for an Earthquake plus a Brave Bird. And as long as Mousehold is not the Pokemon next to this, it will probably be enough. Because it's now a stab hit and it's a higher base power as well. Mousehold, fuck, okay. So this now means that I do need to Brave Bird the mouse, which is fine. I'm not really too concerned with Brave Birding the mouse, truthfully. I might even just go for like a Protect this turn and let Chiyu come in. No, actually, I may as well just go for this. Because whether it's Chiyu or Braviary in the following turn, I should be fine with that. They're gonna go for Follow Me anyway. That's fine, honestly. It's just less Ray Trace damage I'm boosting. Not that that's really a huge concern anyway. Essentially, though, they're either gonna go for a Drain Punch that will not kill Treads, or they're gonna go for a Rage Fist that will not touch Braviary. And I'm fine with either one, to be completely honest, because Braviary will do a lot of work this game. Thankfully, Treads' flinches actually really set me up, to be completely honest. I don't think I won this otherwise. But they are going to go for the Drain Punch, which does not kill Treads. Perfect. Okay, so I can just Earthquake plus Brave Bird and that kills. So yeah, I will definitely take that. I definitely got pretty lucky this game, I can't lie. But works out really well for me. Listen, sometimes you just got to get lucky. That's why people run Fissure. Well, not entirely why, but it definitely is a good reason for Fissure. And then on top of it as well, like, it's why people run strategies like with just Thunderwave spam, because while the speed control is good, no one will complain about a free turn to just go for fucking whatever they want because your opponent got full parried. And it's why people run Hypnosis on Gothitelle, because it's either, if it's sitting there anyway, you may as well go for it. Like it's just one of those things where the Rock Slide flinches, it's there. It's a great dual target rock move. But I'm not going to complain at all when I flinch my opponent down double flinch twice in a row. It's a nice net benefit, and it helps a lot. This Earthquake should pick it off, though. The reason why Ape took it well last time was obviously because of the fact that we had the Friend Guard boost next to it, but this should objectively just KO. So we're looking at a dead Ape here, and that should bring us to 2-0. So you know what? I got to give it to Treads. If Treads flinches this much in every time it's brought, I can see why people actually use them on, because it's kind of good when it's flinching everything. And I will say the booster energy set is unironically not bad on this mon. It's actually, if you're going to run this thing, it's AV or booster energy all the way. Maybe Clear Amulet's not terrible. I could get the logic in Clear Amulet, but I think that the other sets are just miles better because it really does need the speed. And AV, it can actually turn into a decent tank. But with that said, though, we're going to get into game number 3, though. We'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys. Moving into game number 3 today, we're taking on a team consisting of Garchomp, Corviknight, Chiyu, Fluttermane, Amoonguss, and Ting-Lu. Okay, so looking at this, I think that the Garchomp is definitely going to be really annoying here. Thankfully, though, we do have the Tauros, which really only has a not great matchup into Amoonguss, which I have pretty decent counterplay for. I will say the Mirror Armor Corviknight could actually also be annoying for it, but that's fine. I'm going to proceed to lead with Chiyu. I think Chiyu and Braviary is a pretty good lead. I could also just try and lead around I'm trying to think. I think I actually lit off with Treads and Braviary, actually. Because looking at this, I don't think a Corviknight leads. I think they are going to probably lead off with their Chi Flutter Mane to try and stop my Tailwind. Which is great because my Great Tusk, my Iron Treads can stop that. Which is, I guess, a nice benefit that it has over Great Tusk. We'll bring Flutter Mane for sure in the back, and I think I'm going to bring Chiyu. I know I was just talking up Tauros, but at the same time, though, I feel like it's kind of hard to justify over these four. If anything, like, I could maybe justify it over Flutter Mane, actually. Actually, yeah, I'm going to justify it over Flutter Mane. I think that realistically, I can... Chomp will be a bit annoying, but I can handle it with Tauros plus Chiyu, actually, so I'm not concerned. Plus, if I get up Tailwind, then really everything, including Treads, can do some decent damage to it. And if Chomp is really the scariest thing, then I would be fine with that. Valiant could have also came for what it's worth, but I do like the Intimidate a little bit more, as well as the priority to maybe pick off Chiyu if it comes to that. So I'll definitely take that. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. We'll have to see what happens, but I think this should be a this should be a decent match. Sorry, I'm a little hoarse today. My opponent is going to bring Garchomp and Corviknight. Okay, Corviknight actually did lead. God damn it. That is terrible. That is so terrible. If only I let Flutter Mane Chiyu. Flutter Mane Chiyu would have been so good here. I could have forced a Terra on Corviknight, like a really shitty Terra on Corviknight. Or I could have went for like an Overheat here, which could have been good. But now I don't touch Corviknight at all. Alright, well, I'm going to proceed to go for a Tailwind here. And then I'm going to go for a Protect on Iron Treads. I keep calling it Great Tusk. I keep wanting to call this thing Great Tusk, but it's not. It can never love Great Tusk. Okay. So they're going to Protect on Garchomp. That's fine. I don't really mind the Protect on Garchomp. Our Tailwind is going to go up, but truthfully, theirs is probably also going to go up. This is more so just to keep up with the speed tiers is all. They are going to go for Tailwind. Okay. That's not a huge deal. Their Earthquake should be not too bad. If they go for Rock Slide, that's fine as well. But at least keeping Treads not Terra does mean that at least one of those, like one of my mons should achieve this hit extremely well. So I'll go for the Brave Bird here, and I'm going to also go for the Earthquake here. Because I don't actually care about the Corviknight right now until my Chiyu comes in. So this should work out well. Really right now I just need to keep getting damage off. My Treads isn't going to be super useful in the late game, thankfully. But it will definitely be like a decent mon at just damaging this Chomp early on. Like we've already done around like 40%. My Treads might take this since it's not Terra boosted. I would assume not, but I mean, who knows? I've seen weirder. Oh my god, we took that. Okay, so we might actually put this thing in range. Oh, holy fuck. Okay, wow, that did a lot. Was that a crit? Was that a crit? I feel like that should have been a crit. It's not. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'll take that. We're going to pop a Citrus Berry with Braviary, which is pretty cool. I am going to proceed to Brave Bird into the Garchomp. Mostly because I want to take the Rough Skin damage, actually. And give myself the free Chiyu turn. And then I'm going to go for a Protect here. Mostly just to try and get around any sort of body press this turn. If my opponent goes for Protector and their Garchomp, so be it. But I want to try and preserve my Treads another turn, if possible. They are going to go for Earthquake. Okay, perfect. So I'm completely immune to that. They're going to have to bring in something else, which is great because my Treads should be the fastest spawn on the field unless if they have a Booster Energy Flutter Mane, which I would like to think this team has. But if they don't have it, that works out pretty well for me. And at least Booster Energy Flutter Mane does deem that my opponent has to therefore target me with a Shadow Ball, because Dazzling Gleam will not KO and they'll lose their Flutter Mane entirely, which works out really well for me as well. Brave Bird will go off into Corviknight. Perfect. Okay. Honestly, that killing is the best thing that could happen this turn, because I can now bring in Chiyu and I can just overheat that son of a bitch, Corviknight. So I'll also definitely take that. Thankfully, I don't really need to go into Tauros just yet. Frankly, I'm kind of wishing that I brought the Valiant in hindsight, but if Tinglu came, then Tauros is still probably slightly better for that matchup. Not a ton, but it is slightly better for that matchup. Okay. So what is my opponent going to bring in? I assume they're going to bring in Flutter Mane, if it's Boost Energy. If not, then they probably go into like a Moongus or something. Probably a Moongus, yeah, because she is just kind of fodder. It just dies to like the first hit I go for. And because of the fact that I could also just go for Heat Wave, truthfully. Heat Wave is still a pretty free hit here. I'm gonna definitely have to go for Rock Slide though. I can't really go for a. If it's okay, so they do go into Flutter Mane. Are they gonna be Booster Energy? If they're Booster Energy, I'm fine with that because they're either gonna target my Chiyu or they're gonna target my Tinglu, my Iron Treads, and I don't care either way. They're not okay. So I can go for a Heat Wave here, and I can proceed to go for an Iron Head here. Now this is probably a Focus Sash set, but I'm okay with that because the Iron Head should still do some good damage. If they go for like a Terra Steel or a Terra Grass, it's also fine because Chi will just kill with Flutter Mane, with Heat Wave in the next turn. Well, on this turn, they're gonna go for Terra Fairy. Okay, Terra Fairy is pretty okay as well because they're guaranteed attacking second because of my Iron Treads. So this works out really well. This will bring him down to Sash. Perfect. And then Heat Wave picks us off, and I'm pretty set there. We've already killed 2 Pokemon, and I just need to trade my lead, which I'm pretty okay with that. We flinched, just to, honestly, doesn't impact a lot. I guess like I don't know. Keeping Treads around at this point, it's not really needed, to be honest. It's a luxury I have. They have Chi-Yu, but truthfully, because they tear it, I still have the benefit of having my my Tauros, so I'm not concerned with that either. But I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. Tailwind's both petered out. Their Corviknight is still around there, so I do need to actually kill that mon. I need to start respecting it. Specifically because of this Chi-Yu. Well, actually, no, I don't. I have Tauros. Right, I have Tauros. Well, I could just go for Rock Slide and Heat Wave. Rock Slide and Heat Wave will definitely kill. So yeah, I'll just go for Rock Slide and Heat Wave. I could technically Terra Fire here, but truthfully, I don't think I guess I probably should have Terra Fired just because I don't need to click any other Terra option here. But it's not gonna really matter for this endgame, to be honest, because my Tauros should always beat their team anyway. We're gonna get the Rock Slide off. That does some decent damage. Chi-Yu will probably not die to this. Oh, opposing Chi-Yu used Heat Wave. Okay. Well, oh. Well, that's really bad. That Heat Wave dodge on, well, no, not Heat Wave dodge. The fact they outpaced me is really bad. They're probably scarfed. Well, it is what it is. Okay. So I need to go for an Aqua Jet into their Chi-Yu, like, immediately. I'm gonna hope that they are actually choiced, because that's kind of the best bet that I have here. Let me see. Tauros. Let me see. So I need to see if I need to check if I need to go for fucking who's what's it. Let me check my stat real quick. So check summary. I am at 154 attack. Okay. Does 154 attack kill Chi-Yu with -1? Aqua Jet. Oh my god, that doesn't kill. Okay, so I do need to actually go for the Wave Crash here. And then I need to go for our Protect. I'll go for a Terra Fire still on Treads. Actually, no, I might just go for I might need to just go for a Terra Steel on the Tauros, to be honest. Just to get around Brave Bird, which is still thankfully a luxury I have. Can I outpace? Oh my god, we got burned. Thankfully I don't think that matters. But it's just more so annoying if anything. Okay, well, unfortunate. Aqua Jet wouldn't have killed for what it's worth. It actually guaranteed to not kill because of the Intimidate drop. Which is unfortunate. I'll go for a Rock Slide and just try and flinch down their team, and I'll go for Terra Fire in case I could take a hit. But I truthfully don't think it actually matters. It is what it is. Honestly, it's not a huge deal, but definitely a little unfortunate. Truthfully, I probably should have popped this earlier, but I mean, actually, does it really matter if I popped it earlier or not? I don't think it really did. But either way, I'll pop it now and see if I can magically take a Heat Wave. Nope. Okay, unfortunate. All right, well, we are currently going to be, we're currently going to be 2-1 for the day. Still pretty good. We definitely do have time for one more match at least, so I will definitely take that. We'll see you guys in our final game, game number 4. Until then, peace out, guys. Moving on to our final game of the day, we're taking on a team consisting of Arcanine, Chien, Pao, Palafin, Amoonguss, Flutter Mane, and Dragonite. So just standard balance, really, with Dragonite. So I'll take that. Okay. So how do I want to lead about this? They're probably going to lead off with, if I had to guess, they're probably going to lead off with the Dragonite Chien-Pao. I feel like it matches up really fucking well here. I'm going to proceed to lead off with the Flutter Mane and the Iron Treads. The Iron Treads and Flutter Mane lead should actually be pretty strong for me. I can proceed to go for like a Terra Fairy and just go for Gleam turn 1 with Rock Slide as well. And I think that'll actually give me a lot of mileage. I could also just Iron Head into the Chien-Pao entirely, and that should be pretty good. Because once I kill a Chien-Pao, I can actually probably just get up a late game win here. I do like the Tauros a lot. Tauros is pretty hard to kill outside of their Flutter Mane. But I do have easy ways of taking that out. I could also bring Braviary. Braviary is not terrible here, but I don't know if I really need it. I definitely need the Tauros. It's also really good for Palafin. I think that my last mod is probably going to be... I kind of like Valiant here. I also kind of like Chi-Yu. I definitely don't think it's Braviary, despite the fact that Braviary is not terrible in this matchup. I just, with all the priority spam between the Chien-Pao, Palafin, Dragonite, I just don't think it has a place in this current matchup. But it is decent offensively for sure, and it could definitely match up well into Arcanine. I don't think that they're leading that against this team. Arcanine Palafin's objectively not a terrible lead. I just think that Chien-Pao Dragonite matches up so much better against Tailwind. So why would they lead that against a very flagrant Tailwind team, mind you? I think the only way they even would consider leading that is if they plan to tear Arcanine from the start, which I guess could play if they do. Yep, Flutter Mane Chien-Pao, close enough. I'm still fine with this actually, because I can proceed to essentially just make the same play. In fact, entirely the same play for that matter, because it is in my best interest to just go for, oh perfect, their booster energy. Their special attack though, so I don't actually care about this mon. Truthfully, that's actually so much better for me that they're special attack boosting, because I genuinely do not need to respect this thing anymore. We're going to go for a, I kind of want to just go for a substitute actually. A substitute and then a protect. I think this might be my best play here. Because I don't think they're going to dual target my Flutter Mane. I think the only way that they do that is if they Sucker Punch. But I think it's a little bit of a gamble for sure. Might be too much of a gamble to be making here, actually, I can't lie. But I do think it'll pay off really well. I mostly wanted to scout the Terras, and they didn't actually Terra either mon, so unfortunate. I am kind of curious about what their play is going to be. They didn't go for Sucker, though. They went for Sacred Sword. Okay, so this still works out pretty well. As long as they didn't go for a Dazzling Gleam here. They went for Shadow Ball. Okay. Still kind of whatever. Definitely going to have to go for the Terra Fairy this turn, though, and then just go for Rock Slide. Yeah, like a Rock Slide plus a Gleam should cut it. And then, yeah, that's going to be my play. So we'll go for Terra Fairy Gleam, and then we'll go for a Rock Slide. And then that should pick off both these Pokemon for sure. The Sacred Sword will do a lot of damage, so I just need to make sure that I do not die. But this would literally need to be like a Scarfed Chien-Pao to actually do that. If it's Scarfed Chien-Pao, just well played. My opponent just brought a better set, I guess. Well, I don't know if I call it a better set, but they brought a set that I just didn't expect or play around. And I guess. But I don't really have the turns to just commit to scouting that, and I don't think it's a worthwhile thing to scout either. So we'll go for the Dazzling Gleam here. With the Terra Fairy, this plus the Rock Slide, I have full faith will kill. I would genuinely be surprised if either Pokemon lived after this turn. Oh, Flutter Mane. Okay, I guess it's how they end up living after this turn. Okay, honestly, not a huge deal, because without the Flutter Mane in the picture, well, without the Chien-Pao in the picture, I could probably just afford to Iron Head Flutter Mane on the following turn. And thankfully, because my Rock Slide hit Chien-Pao, I'm pretty set to just go for like solo target Shadow Balls into everything else. I guess unless they have Dragonite. I guess Dragonite could be a little concerning now that I have had to pop my Terra Fairy, but it's going to do less damage at least thanks to the Chien-Pao being out of the picture. So give and take there, I guess. It's not a huge deal. I do kind of wish, though, that I didn't go for Terra Fairy now, but I still think it was objectively a smarter play. They're going to proceed to bring in the Dragonite. Okay, that's fine. I'm not really too concerned with Dragonite coming in. Yeah, I'm just going to go for Gleam again, and I'm going to go for an Iron Head. I'm just going to kill the Flutter Mane immediately. They might have like a Mystical Fire or something. I don't really care. My Iron Treads will definitely take this hit. If they don't tear a Dragonite, they're definitely tearing the Dragonite. Okay, that's fine. It's at least going to be weaker, so I will definitely take that, because thankfully no Chien-Pao here. So later in the game, this will be a non-issue. Plus, even with the Terra Normal E-Speed, my Iron Treads should still take this hit very comfortably. They might be just doing this to click like an Earthquake. Nope, they're clicking E-Speed. Okay. I was going to say, they might have had merit in using it to click like Earthquake to kill my Treads and my Flutter Mane potentially if they were banded, at risk of killing their own Flutter Mane too. But if they knew that that mon was going to die anyway to Iron Head, which it's pretty obvious that it will, then it's not a terrible play. So Flutter Mane is gone. We'll take that trade. We've killed 2 of their mons. They only have Dragonite and something else. So I'm okay with that. Okay. So at this point, I'm gonna bring in the Tauros. Even if it's Inner Focus Dragonite, 1, this is good information to have if it's Inner Focus Dragonite. But 2, I can still go for close combat onto it, and I could probably just go for a Rock Slide most likely for whatever comes in. They're gonna go into Amoonguss. Okay. So let's see. Is this Inner Focus? It is Multiscale. That's really good to know, because now I should definitely go for the dual target here. If they're gonna go for a Rage Powder, I'm fine with that. Truthfully, I'll actually just go for Rock Slide. I know it's a little bit more gambly, sure. But I think that breaking that Multiscale before I attack is really important. I could also just go for a Protect here, which actually might be a little more beneficial, going for a Protect plus an Earthquake. That might have some merit, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for Protect and an Earthquake. Just so that way then I can guarantee break the multi-scale, because in the end, that is kind of how I win this game. And if I drop my defenses and for some reason Dragonite doesn't die, that's pretty bad for me. Meanwhile, though, on the next turn, especially if they don't Spore me this turn, I could proceed to actually just go for another Earthquake. But even still, the close combat will probably pick it off after multi-scale's popped, so I'm not too concerned. I do think that they're going to Spore my Treads, though. I'm pretty certain of that. If they Spore my Tauros, fine. I don't really care. But yeah, they're going to Spore my Treads. So be it. I don't care. We'll go for CC. If nothing else, we'd guarantee have one turn at least to get around this. And truthfully, I could probably even just go for a Protect on the next turn and just try and fish for Earthquakes. But at this point, it's really just about trying to just kill the Dragonite. Because I can muscle past the Amoonguss every day of the week with you. It will never actually beat me 1v1. Because they've already burned their Terra on Dragonite. So I really just need to kill the Dragonite this turn. Thankfully, though, it is -1, on top of the fact that it's also not next to Qianpao. So this is actually going to be pretty weak. And the fact that their multi-scale is broken is huge, too. So Extreme Speed is going to go off. I'm curious about how much bulk this Dragonite has as well. That's a 3 KO. Good to know. Okay. So Close Combat does go off. That might kill. That should kill. Yep, okay, that kills. Perfect. See, and Rock Slide, if it missed, though, could have been bad. This would have literally to be Fizz Def Dragonite for that to have actually not guaranteed killed here. Even, like, max HP takes around 91% min. Like, 91.9% min, actually, from our spread. And I did double check with this is a 154, which is the exact same thing that this has. So, yeah, it was always guaranteed. Sweet. So, yeah, I can just proceed to go for Wave Crashes until my opponent forfeits or until I win. And I'll just go for Iron Head because it's slightly less damage to my Tauros. And I guarantee win the game. Because Amoonguss has no way of actually sustaining, because it can never fit Syntheta set. But we'll take that. It's solid. We went 3-1 today. You know what? Maybe Treads is not that terrible. Treads Braviary, pretty fun team. I genuinely had a lot of fun using this team. If you guys want to try it yourselves, link to it down below. I'm gonna link the initial Twitter post that has the rental. I might, if I have the time later, I might try and like go and recreate a poker face. If someone does it, actually, I'll start offering this, at least for the videos that I don't end up getting a poker paste for these rentals. If someone does recreate it and links it, even if it gets flagged, I'll go through and manually approve it, and I'll just pin your comment. But otherwise, though, I mean, even still, the rental will at least be there for anyone who's interested in trying it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed and you want to see some more content like this, of course, like and subscribe for more. Shout out to our channel members being Josh K. Ultra Player, Mia, Zeke Zero, Matt O'Shea, B-Bat, Bonzi, Anna Dupur, Timo Mueller, Bam Bambi, Rao Plays, Obo, and Johannes B. Your guys' support of the channel is greatly appreciated. Oh, shit. I meant to mention this in the beginning, but I'll mention it in the beginning of tomorrow's video. Channel member video is delayed till Friday. I had a lot of issues trying to get the last game in. It'll be explained in the video itself, but it's gonna go up Fridays, like this week on Friday. I just have to record a little bit of the intro narration and then splice everything together. But I'm gonna do it for Friday because I have Thursday off and I can literally just take the time. It'll take me like an hour and a half to get everything finished from here. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.